Welcome to Easy Math TV. We're going to continue our series here in business math, and this begins a new topic on systems of equations. When you're solving a system of equations, that just means that there's more than one equation, and we have two equations in front of us here. That is called a system of equations, and there's different ways that you can go about this. And, you know, in Excel, in a future video, we're going to show how to do this in Excel if the equations are given to you in standard form. So how do we know what tool is going to be the best in this situation? Here's our clues. Our clues are that the equations are given in what we call slope-intercept form. In other words, basically y equals something, right? So the variable y, can also be seen in certain situations as f of x. So you might see f of x instead of y, but you will have two equations that have the y equals, and or it'll be f of x equals, all right? So that's our first clue that we're going to use a different tool than Excel. And I mean, that's basically the primary clue right there, is that you have two equations that are given to you in what we call slope-intercept form, okay? So we went over slope-intercept form in a previous video. So if you missed that, check out the videos where I was introducing you to the idea of linear equations. These two are what we call linear equations, and each of them is given to us in slope-intercept form. So we will not be using Excel, so I'm going to move this to the side and introduce you to a website called wolframalpha.com, which is a search engine in its own right. The people that make the Mathematica software came up with this, and basically they just have their own search engine, but the search engine is very much geared to solving math equations and solving math problems. So this bar that right here, this orange rectangle, is their search bar. So basically I'm just going to type solve a system of equations, hit enter, and it actually gives you a box that you can input your equations into. And notice the words here. It says we're assuming a system of three equations. So if we don't have three equations, so there's a link here for either four equations or two equations. So I'm going to click on the link for a system of two equations instead. So now we only have a prompt. We have two prompts for the two equations. And what's really cool is that the equations actually don't even need to be in the y equals format. As long as the two equations are just basically two equations and two variables, we can just type them in. So there's my y equals 2x minus 6, and I'm not even formatting that in any special way. I'm just typing it in as I saw it in the problem that was given. So 8 minus 2x, or sorry, 3x. So the first equation is y equals 2x minus 6, and the second equation is y equals 8 minus 3x. And you may be wondering if this is cheating. And, in my, because, the courses that I'm teaching here are not it's not as important that you go through all of the painful steps to make this graph. It's more important that you know how to interpret what it is you're seeing. Okay, so Wolfram Alpha is pretty cool because it gives you the system that you're solving, and then it tells you what the result is. So here's your solution right here where it says result, but it also shows you what the graph actually looked like, which, we can enlarge that. Um, if you have a pro account, but I don't have a pro account, but if you have a pro account, you can enlarge it. There's a way to just get your browser to make it bigger, but we can see what's happening here. Um, the the solution is this point of intersection between the two lines, and it's not an integer solution. So the x coordinate at that point is 14/5. So it's just a little bit bigger than, it's around 2.8, right? So 14 divided by 5 is a number that's just around 2.8. And then the y coordinate is -2/5, which is right here at -0.4. So that's at 0.4, and the x coordinate is almost exactly at 2.8. So so you can express it as a decimal, or you can express it as a fraction. I can click on decimal form, and it will give it to us in decimal form, or it will give it to us in fraction form. So you can actually convert, you go back and forth between those. And we can actually, I could take a screenshot of this plot if I wanted to show a graph of it, okay? But Wolfram Alpha is a pretty cool tool. It'll do some of the math for you that 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 is not that is highly, requires a lot of algebra skills that just a lot of people just don't have. And if you don't have those algebra skills, then you need a tool that will do it for you. But the important thing is that you know how to interpret what it is you're seeing. Okay? So those are the two equations. I solved them using Wolfram Alpha, and you can do the same. All right? Like, subscribe, comment down below if you are enjoying these videos and if you find them useful. We're going to do a series here on systems of equations, and I hope you follow along, and I hope you get something out of it. Thank you very much.